So we're back, guys, and back to this is we're now on episode 25. Yeah, episode 25, and just literally titled "Darkness Falls." Um, the team now basically enters the spirit world, and once again, the rest of them are in there, and they are. Cora is having a hard time with Robert. He's having she's not really having a hard time with uh Batum, but she's just giving her all, but she's also got to deal with Udalak as well. So that's when Mako and Bolin come to to help in a sense, and unfortunately, basically before she's able to Batum is able to fuse with Udalak. Cora literally throws Udalak out of the spirit world, and she's just fighting them. And she tells Bolin and them to basically keep him from getting back into the spirit world, while Kaya, Bumi, and Tenzin go look for Jinora and the spirit world, and they're having a rough time. They're really having a rough time. They're like they're getting lost and everything like that. And fortunately, things are not going their way. It's not going their way. They even try to ask for a spirit's help, who happens to be like this, I guess, like this spider-like, scorpion-like creature, and he's like, humans in the spirit world, and he just comes chasing them out, and it's just like, and they run away. It's really funny. But it was really cool to see the siblings together. I like seeing them together. They're really funny and really cool together. And Cora's just dealing with what's going on with Cora. She's still dealing with with not just the dark spirit, but she's just really just giving it her all with Batum, just really like just throwing everything she's had. She's entering the Avatar state, and Rava is with her. Rava's with her and things like that. And unfortunately, Bolin and Mako are getting hit from all sides because they're like in this forest area, in the forest, the oasis, and Udalak is throwing attacks from all over the place. Little did we know it was more than just him out there, and it's to the point where the brothers get overpowered, and we saw it was not just Udalak, but his kids, Desan and Eska. There we go. I'm forgetting her name, but pretty much they get overpowered, and they cast them up in ice, and it's just like watch them. And once Udalak gets back in, he kind of gives Cora a sucker shot from behind, and they pretty much, he kind of fuses with Batum, and he becomes kind of like the dark avatar in a sense, and just Cora's just like overpowered, and you hear Rava telling her like, don't give up, get up, like keep fighting. And it really gets really cool from there, and just really hard fought battle between them. It's like two avatars going at it, boom boom, and it was really cool. It started to remind me of the old days of Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff. It was really cool. It's like, man, this is cool. And the battle's just really deterring. It's really going, it's not really one side is overmatching each other. It's like going back and forth, and you're really kind of enjoying it at the time. But then you're like, something's got to give. Something's got to give. And meanwhile, finally, back with what's going on with Tenzin and them, they finally meet up with Iroh again. Iroh comes and tells him it's good to see you guys again. It's been so long, and he tells him like where you probably could, kind of gives him a clue where you probably could find Jinora. And Tenzin finally realizes, okay, so they kind of go back to that spider spirit, scorpion slash spider spirit, and he takes him to the this prison that's full of mist, and the mist would kind of drive people crazy. The Valley of Lost Spirits or something like that, if I remember correctly. And we kind of see that things are not going too well again for the siblings, because they start to lose their mind, especially Kaya and Bumi. And later on, it starts to see that way for Tenzin as well. Meanwhile, back with Eska and her brother and Mako and Bolin, Mako's trying to say, please let us help, let us stop this, and they're just like, you know, he's starting to bore me and everything like that. And then you got Bolin like just crying. He's just crying like, I'm sorry, Eska, I'm sorry, and she's just like, what are you babbling about? Like, I'm sorry that I left you and everything like that. It's like, okay, are you playing? And she's like, we could have been together and everything like that. And he's like, I was scared and please. And finally, Eska just like breaks down and kisses him, and the ice melts, and she's like, okay, if darkness comes, we'll face darkness together. And they're free to go back in there to help Korra. And, Mako's like, wow, that was some good acting. Like, and he's like, yeah, sure, that was acting. And it was like, was Bolin serious about this or not? And we kind of get some more with Tenzin when finally the mist starts to affect him, and Aang comes to see his son. And this was really good for me, because I felt that Tenzin he's really kind of putting this burden on himself, as he's the son of Aang. He's the last kind of airbender in a sense, and he's trying to live up to that code, that honor, that of being the son of Aang, and he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. And we kind of see Aang tell him, like, don't try to be me, be you, be Tenzin, and I thought that was really cool to see that. I thought it was going to be like a dark, him like a illusion of himself saying, you'll, like, basically kind of like Aang saying, you'll never be me, you're nothing like me, you'll never live up to what I did, and things like that. But yeah, kind of like how when the fear toxin was affecting Batman and the Batman animated series, and Thomas Wayne was saying, you let me down. I thought that was how it was going to go, but it didn't. And it was really cool, and I enjoyed that. I was like, yeah. And he finally realized, like, I'm Tenzin, and he uses airbending and blew the mist out of the way, and we got to see all the souls there. And he found Jinora, got his sister and brother out, and he walked them on. It was really cool. I liked that. And Kai was able to talk to her, and and things like that. But definitely the fight between Korra and the Dark Avatar, Udalak / Batum, was going really good until Udalak sucked Rava out of Korra. Like, he literally like put like a suction on her and sucked it, like it just came right out of her, and then just threw Rava, and he just, and from there it was just you felt really bad for Rava from there, because from there he starts to just beat on Rava, just beat him, and every time he's beating on her, like, you see all the past lives that are connected to Korra, like, disappearing. Aang disappearing, boom, all these, every time he hits her, another spirit disappears, boom, another one. And it was to the point where it looks like he destroyed Rava, and her connection with the spirits was gone. And it kind of ends once again until the point where Udalak transforms into this huge, gigantic creature. And let me check my time. He transforms into this huge giant monster in a sense, and transports back to Republic City, and he uses it and blasts a shade of darkness all over the world. The whole planet is concealed in darkness, and it pretty much is like, oh man, like, this is like, okay, where's this gonna go? It's like, oh man, how's Korra gonna stop this? It kind of left you like, okay, how's Korra gonna stop this? Her connections to the other avatars are gone now. Is Rava really dead? Things like that, and you're really kind of really this point you're really pulling for Korra. You're like, oh man, Korra, you can't give up. It's almost like if you look in Korra's eyes at that end of that episode, it's almost like hope was lost. It was like she had nothing left. It was like she can't go on, and it kind of was really sad, for really sad to see that, and but it was a good episode nonetheless. The battle in that was really intense. I really enjoyed that. I thought the moment between Bolin started to shine a lot in this. Bolin, he has some moments in there that was really good. I was just like, yeah, that's Bolin. He's got the moment, and you see Eska actually smiling when she kissed him and when they ran off. She kind of had her, the creepy little eyes, but she smiled, and it was just like, did Eska really mean that too? Did she really care for Bolin? And things like that and stuff like that. I don't mind when they're not really hammering it over the head about the love stuff, but I don't mind. I'm a sucker for a good love story, but at this moment it was just really needed right here to kind of showcase that, and I was fine with that. It was good, but yeah, Korra really, really dire need, guys, and it was fun, but and intense as well. So I move on to the series finale, this season finale, excuse me, of book 2, and I'll see you guys there. We're episode 22, 26. Sorry, I'm bugging, guys. Sorry. Y'all take care.